Hi everybody. I hope we're live. I just am getting swirlies. Okay. Yay, we're live. Okay. Sorry I'm like a couple of seconds late. I got distracted a little bit. So, right.
I said I was sorry. I had to
sorry, hubby's putting away a few dishes and you know how this house makes a ruckus. So, sorry, we're getting crazy hair here tonight. What I am planning on doing for you guys, I hope you'll like this, is I've got this cute little sunglasses that I cut out. And what I thought would be cute is we did a patriotic one and then we did a summer one next week. So you can kind of get an idea of how one template can be used multiple ways and you can have fun with it a little bit more. So a little more bang for your buck if you were to buy a template, but this one is free. This one is in the link above, just so you all know. So with that being said, I'm gonna flip down and we'll show you what colors of paint and everything that I'm using. So hold on. There we go. I'm not seeing any comments. Maybe it's just a delay. Let me double make sure. Oh, there's some comments. Hey Nancy, how are you? Perfect, then I'm not gonna look. Okay, so colors tonight that we're using is Blue Bayou. We're gonna use bright red and white. And I'm doing a different technique that I think I've only shown you guys maybe once or twice, where we're gonna ombre the sunglasses. And then I've got drizzle gray and rain gray. I don't know if I'm gonna use the rain gray or not, but we'll see when I go into it. And then of course just black for the detailing and all of that. So with getting started here, if you were really worried about getting your colors outside of the line, you could tape it. Which we might just do, just to show you guys. Maybe, if I can grab some tape. Hey Trish, how are you, honey? Maybe I can get into my tape here. Okay, so this is just that yellow frog tape that I've talked about before. It's a little bit better than the green because it will release a little bit more. I did paint this with just a titch of primer. Just the white primer paint, which really it's not primer, it's just white paint that I put on, just a thin coat. I did put 2 coats on the inside of the lens just because I knew that some of this was going to be white. So we're going to kind of just do this a little bit. Kind of go right in there, just to kind of keep things inside the area that is so not where I want it to go. You know what, this is being more of a pain in the butt than what it's worth. But if you wanted to, oh, my video is in and out. Oh no. Is anybody else having problem? Haley? Is anybody else having a problem with the video? Let me know. Shoot. Okay. Just gonna wait for these comments to come in for a second. Sherry, no, you're not having problems. Okay, so then I'm just, Trish, maybe try going in or exiting completely out and coming back in. And hopefully that will solve the problem. I was gonna tape it off, but we're just gonna be a little bit more careful. Maybe I will just go right here though, on the sides. So you can kind of see that part, because the bottom part we should be pretty good with. So we'll just do the sides here. not get all crazy. Okay, Haley, please stop. Sorry, my little girl's underneath my table. All right, so I'm gonna use some Blue Bayou. Let me grab a paint tray, maybe. Have I used up all my paint trays? Maybe, okay. It's been kind of a crazy day here at this house, so I apologize, y'all. So I'm gonna use the Blue Bayou. We're gonna get some of this fire red going. And then I'm also going to throw in just a little bit of white on my tray here. Haley, please go upstairs, honey. Okay.
Can I have my phone?
Sure.
Gotcha.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is grab one of my angle brushes here. I think this one will be good. Actually, I want a little bit bigger one. Okay, this one will work. Just gonna get my water here just a little wet as my paintbrush falls. Wow, we're having a night. It's definitely a Monday. Let me throw this water here. Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do real quick here is we're gonna just take the blue. I'm gonna just make that swooshy motion. Like so. And then we're gonna probably go about 3 fingers in the middle and go about straight across there. Just like that. Just like that. There we go. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of white on the tip of my brush and a little bit of blue on this side. And we're going to just kind of blend it a little bit. And bring the white back in here, bring it back up. Okay, now I'm going to clean this side. Grab just a little bit more white here. Brian? Okay. All right, so there is that. So you can kind of see it ombreing in. Then we're going to take the red and go up here. Like so. So I'm just getting this nice edge here on the glasses. As you can see. And then we're going to get a little bit of white on the tip, the back of it red, and go just one more time here. And then clean our brush one more time. My brush and the little metal brush part of my brush is come apart, so I keep having to remind myself to be careful. And then I'm just going to throw a little bit of white. We're going to kind of work it this way and work it this way. This part just needs a little bit more red here. So I'm just gonna hit this just a little bit. There we go. Throw in a little bit of white. Now, if you're not liking the ombre technique a little bit, what you can do is just wet your brush just a little bit, and then that will also give that nice smooth look that we're kind of going for. And you can see how adorable is that? Ain't that cute? Do you guys love it? Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, we got a little bit of overage, not too bad. I'm gonna take this tape off, and we can go ahead and use this again on this side. And we will do the exact same thing. Maybe. See, and what this helps with is you can get a little more crazy with your lines and not have to worry too much about overages. So what I'm gonna do is just pick up this little bit right here. Just got a little bit of my baby white. I'm not too worried about it because this is going to be painted with gray, but we'll just clean it up a little bit here with our baby white. All right. Okay. So clean the brush one more time and we'll do that same technique again so you can see it on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to start with the blue here. I keep getting the blue, oh, it's right there on my palette, that's why. I keep getting blue all over my hands. Ah, what a night. So we're just making that nice little smooth move. Go about half or about a quarter of the way here. Like that. I'll grab some white here. Grab a little bit of blue on the back. Grab a little white here. Whoops, I did that wrong. It's all good. Okay, just gonna grab a little bit of water here to blend that in, like so. And then we'll do the top part with the red again. Is everybody still being able to see this okay? Not having any issues? I know Facebook was giving me issues earlier where I couldn't text. It was really weird. On my phone, at least. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab a little bit of white here up on my tip of my brush, a little bit of red here at the bottom. Same thing again. Gonna kind of ombre back and forth. It's not liking that corner. There we go. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is just get a little more white. Grab another tray here. Get a styrofoam plate. There we go. And we're gonna just go right in here. Kind of blend that back and forth. I'm gonna grab just a little bit of water here. Kind of helps with the blending. Grab some blue. Just grab just a little more white right here on this side. Same here. What do y'all think? Are we liking it? I know it looks a little crazy and messy, but it turns out so adorable when we're done. Okay, so we'll take that off. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, let's save our red here. And then we are gonna paint with gray. And I thought the frames would be really cute to do gray polka dots and add some glitter to it. What do y'all think? I'm not seeing any comments. Just wanting to make sure we're still good. I'm gonna hurry and pop in over here. Sorry guys. Where's my groups? There we go. Okay, perfect. Oh, thank you, Sherry. I appreciate it. Hey, Jenny. Thanks for joining me. Sound is good. Okay, I always just get so nervous if somebody's having issues. And then last week's debacle on the masterclass made me a nervous Nelly about everything. So, okay. Okay, let me get this blue. Maybe. Ooh, this bottle is well loved. It's one of my favorite blues, you guys. It's just like that perfect in between royal and navy, I think. I just love it. It's one of my faves. So it's called Blue Bayou, by the way. And then the red is called Bright Red. Everything that I'm using tonight, besides the white, is from Delta Ceramcoat paint. Try and get a little bit of this blue off. I'm afraid I'm gonna get it everywhere if I don't. The blue loves me too, I guess. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna get the drizzle gray. I'm gonna go ahead and just use this plate real quick. I think I'm gonna steal a different brush for me. This brush is just on its last whim, I have a feeling. All right, just get this brush just a little bit wet here. Okay, so this is a 5/8 of an angle brush. And what we're gonna do is just go around our cute little glasses here. and kind of clean this frame up a little bit. So I'm just loading the brush. What it means by loading is I'm getting the edge, oops, of the brush right there, if you can see, nice and loaded up, and it's just the tip area of the brush that we're working with. You don't want to load all of it because we're not needing all of it. We're just pushing through. We're not getting a bunch on our brush to paint through or anything like that. So we're just getting that corner rounded there, like so. And then I'm just cleaning up this edge here. Yep. So we're just adding this right here. What do you need, honey? I don't know where she's at. Okay. Look at the little ear pieces here. Let me get the edge while I'm thinking about it, because y'all know I forget that. Just smoothing out our edge as we go. So if you can kind of see what I'm doing here, just kind of cleaning up the edge from where I got a little bit of overage on the primer, cleaning up where the little bit of the charred black area is. Now, if you're a cleaner painter, I'm not very clean when I go with my primer. I probably could be better and just keep these edges nice and black, but I don't. So I just hurry and do just a quick little paint over the edge. Hey Dawn, how are you, girl? Hey Carol. Hey ladies, I was thinking too, what do you think if I moved back the time for paint class to like either 7 or 8? Would that be easier for you all if I did that? Just wondering what y'all think about that. All right, so I'm just getting this edge here. I figured since I was painting edges, I might as well just go for it, right? Up to me? Okay. I just want it to be easy for you all. So if a different time makes it better, I am more than happy to do that. Or if you like it this time, we can stay with it. Okay, so once again, we're gonna go right around our glasses here with our edge. So I just loaded the brush. Loading it, making a nice smooth line, making it curve around, and then just go straight out like that. Then right here in the center, I'm just smoothing it out, the excess paint that we had on the brush, and just whatever is on my brush we can smooth out there. Same thing here, we're just taking it, smoothing out. Now if your hand gets kind of tired right here, or you start noticing you're getting kind of bumpy, just stop and pull your brush the opposite direction. That's going to keep that nice line nice and smooth for y'all, okay? I got a little bit bumpy right here, so we're just gonna smooth that out. There we go. And right here, we're gonna go again. Oops. Take this curve, like so. And then I'm just kind of coming back with the curve the opposite direction to get that nice and smooth. All right, ladies, thank you. You all are so kind. Okay, so right here again, I'm gonna just curve with my wrist and my fingers and then bring it straight through. Same thing here. Now, if you don't feel comfortable painting away from you, then it is a-okay to just turn your project and go the other way. So whatever you feel in control of. And you'll kind of get a sense of how you like to paint a little bit more. And what's easier for you. I tend to like to paint towards me, but there's others that like to paint away. Okay, so now we've kind of got goggles going on here, or the frames going on here. I'm just going to clean up this edge real quick over here. I can just see a little bit of paint popping through. Same right here. Now this drizzle gray is one of my absolute favorite grays to use. Pretty much I'm using all of my favorite colors tonight for y'all, for the Patriotic colors. I love using the drizzle gray, the blue bayou, and the bright red or fire red. They're about the exact same in color tone. It just depends on what store has what. But they're adorable. It's one of my favorites. I'm gonna throw the heat gun on this side just real quick, just to make sure we're nice and good, which I can see a couple of little spots. Now remember, when you're using a heat gun or even a blow dryer, you're gonna want the heat on the lowest setting. Let me try this one more time here. Just a little bit more gray. Just seeing right around the frame here, just a couple of little spots that we want to get cleaned up. Just in case our polka dots don't cover it. All right, let's do some polka dots. I am thinking I'm gonna go lighter with the polka dots. So what I'm gonna do, hey Susan, how are you, hon? I'm going to add a little bit more drizzle gray. So I'm not gonna use the rain gray. I think it's just gonna be too dark for what I'm wanting it for. So I'm gonna add a little bit of drizzle gray. We'll use our white that we have here. Kind of did a half and half mixture. Might add just a little bit more of the white here. Yep, I think that looks pretty good. Maybe we could go a little bit lighter. Let me throw just a little bit more white. So I don't have that right color of gray that I'm looking for. So this is a great way of getting that color that you're wanting a little bit easier, okay? If you don't have it, just mix some white, mix some other tones into it. You can use that color wheel, that helps a little bit with helping to mix and everything else. So I'm gonna just lay my brush over here real quick. I'm gonna get one of our daubers here. Hey Sue, how are you? Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is grab one of my Post-it notes, because I am sure we're gonna be going off the border here a little bit. So what we're gonna do is just grab our little dauber, like so, and we're just going to add little polka dots here. So we're gonna put the little Post-it note here, twist and lift up. Let's see, so we would have one right here. So one would be there, probably one right in here would be another cute spot. And I will come in and fix where it didn't hit completely, because we're just kind of getting a little bit of a template, if you can see. So there would be one, so one would be right here. We would have one, and then we'll have one right here, one right there. So if you can see how I'm kind of going with it. So then from there, we'd have one right in here. So one right here. So then let's see, there'd be one here, one about right in there. And let's see, right there, probably another one right in there. And then, so we're just making fake little triangles is what we're trying to kind of do with polka dots. So that one would be off. Let's go one right here, one right here. So that one, we'll do one right in here. And one right there. I think we'll like do really cute. Okay. Normally I would go back around, but because we've got so many edges and stuff like that, we were just wanting to get a template going. Let's throw a little more gray here. All right. I need to sell my mats as art. Wouldn't that be so funny? It looks cool. These, you guys, what I paint with underneath are just those foam boards from the dollar store. That's what I use. Nothing special. I used to paint on my table, but it was getting to the point where it was so bumpy that I couldn't even use my mouse anymore. It got ridiculous. So we sanded it down. I put the contact paper on, which you can kind of see my floral right there. I put the contact paper on, and then I started using these foam boards. And you guys, I love it, because if I have some projects that I'm all working on, like the primers and stuff like that, I can paint those, and then I can start working again on something else and leave them on the board to dry. So it's made it really nice. So it's definitely something I suggest using. I kind of messed up that little polka dot there. So it's a little bit different, but hey, it works. Only you and I will know about it, right? So I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm just cleaning these up real quick. Just taking the liner, the angle brush, making like little swoops, just little swooshies kind of thing. Just trying to kind of get a nice spot to it. Thank you. I can't take all the credit because I did see somebody that said that they painted on cardboard. And then when I was at the dollar store, I had seen somebody, or I had seen it and I was like, this I bet would be better. And I love because they're strong enough that they hold and support themselves. So it makes it really nice for stacking because I just lay them straight across in between my tables. And it makes it really nice and convenient that way for when you're not using them. So I bought like 4 or 5 of them at the time. Hey Michelle, how are you? Thanks for hopping in. Okay, so this one that's a full circle, what I'm doing is I'm just taking my brush, kind of spinning it with my fingers, kind of stopping, and then I'm going to go the opposite way. Now if you can't make it halfway, then only just do a little quarter turn and then stop and do the other side. Don't hurt your wrist trying to make those turns, okay? It's not worth it. All right, it looks like we got one more polka dot right here. Just smooth out. Okay. I am loving this. I think it's so cute. What do y'all think? Okay. So like I said, I just used that drizzle gray, lightened it down to almost a white, like a very, very light gray. And that's what I used for the polka dots. I am doing good. It's been a Monday, y'all. It's been a Monday. I will give that. It hasn't been a great Monday, but it's been a Monday. But, you know, we went and seen the house after picking up the girls from school, and I was super excited. They poured our driveway today, and we're pouring our patio. I wish that we could have spent more time and had the girls like sneak and put their hand prints in the patio, but that didn't work out because they were still pouring. They just barely started pouring the patio, so wasn't working. Yes, Susan, how did your MRI go? Okay guys, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to do the outlining, and I am just going to use the 2/0 liner brush. And I found one of my old paint trays. We're going to use this guy. I didn't realize I'd used all my paint trays, which is pathetic because look how many paint trays I have. And they're all painted. They all have some paint on them. Okay, so when I'm doing my outlining, I like to water down my black just a little bit because it makes it a little bit smoother to use. All right, I am going to just ever so slightly hit these polka dots because I know my arm's going to get in it and we're going to cause a big mess. I'm going to hit these real quick here. They had to give you meds. I don't know if I could do it, to be honest with you. That would make me really nervous. And I don't get too claustrophobic, but I don't think we could be in there with the sound, because sounds are what bug me. I guess being an ex-police officer, that would be why. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, you guys, is I just got enough on my brush here, and we're going to do the outlining. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the lenses. And for the lenses, what you're going to want to make sure you're doing when outlining, now you could use a paintbrush if you are not comfortable with using the liner brush yet. But as soon as you start feeling it kind of drag, or you start seeing your lines getting a little dotty, not as smooth, you're going to want to stop and reload your liner brush. And I think it'd be really cute to add a little ziggy there, so we're going to do that. And I have a little boo-boo there, so a little zigzag's going to hide that boo-boo. So we got a little bit of gray there. All right, same thing here. Let's do a little zigzag there. Okay, get this liner here. Like so. There we go. Ooh, I got a little bit too much paint there. Like that. We'll do a cute little ziggy there. And get that right there. Do another little one right there. Okay, grab right in here. Maybe do a little fun thing right there. And we'll come back and meet where we started here. And there we go. Don't you love how the black just like makes it pop? I love how it goes like that. I know, I'm so sorry, Susan, that sucks. Okay, let's do some highlighting. The highlighting, I'm just gonna use the lid of my brush here, of my apple barrel paint. Now, apple barrel paint to me is a little more watered down. That's why I never really water down my white as much, because I do use apple barrel for my white paint, because it makes really good for the primer and everything else. So that's why you'll never really see me white or lighten down or dilute my white as much. I'm gonna go right here. Hit this a little bit as well. Now the white, I'm just barely letting kind of touch, just kind of giving some fun. Try and remember to do right here before I forget. The primer that I use, I actually just use white acrylic paint, just this white apple barrel paint. I just do one pretty thin coat of it. That's all I do. And the reason why I do that is it just kind of makes your colors a little bit brighter and bolder than the natural wood. Even if you had a lighter type of wood, it would still kind of do that same thing. So that's why I do it. I'm just kind of going around the lens area. I'm not going around every spot of it, but I'm just kind of giving a little bit of highlight to it. Nothing too crazy. Don't you love how that highlighting and then the outlining, the highlighting I think just makes it a little extra, but man, does that black just pull your project together, I feel like. Okay, so decisions. So I've got this white iridescent and it has some chunky glitter in it. If you guys, whoops, can kind of see that. Let me see. I don't know if it will show you. My hands can kind of get in there. So we kind of have that. It has silver in it for the polka dots. So we could use this one. This one comes from Lisa Martinez for her 3 Glitter Chicks shop that she has. Or I just have some normal silver. It's extra fine. I believe this one came from Walmart. Which one do you think? The lighter or the darker? Or silver or, you know, the mix? What do y'all think? I'm gonna do it on the polka dots. I'm thinking I'm gonna go lighter just because we did the lighter polka dots, but what do y'all think? Lighter? Okay, perfect. This, I'm trying to remember what she called this. I think she called it Diamond in her shop, y'all. If you like that, if you like her glitter and everything else. Okay, woohoo. So I'm just getting the Mod Podge out. Let me grab a Mod Podge brush. Okay, so I've got 2 lights, 1 dark. All right, I think I'll just start painting a couple of these with the Mod, and then we'll get going. Let me throw this paper out before I forget. Oh no, I'm talking Southern. Am I? Am I? Lighter? Okay. 3 for lighter, 1 for dark. It wouldn't surprise me. I've been around the girls as teachers and people today. Oh, I got a y'all. Whoops. No, you never want to use wax paper with using glitter. It sticks right to it. You're going to want to use parchment paper. Yeah. Or you can use normal, you know, computer paper. It will stick to it a little bit, but the parchment paper is the best. Do you like how I say Mod? Mod Podge? I have funny ways of saying things. Like my husband and my friends always tease me about how I say heel. Like going up the hill. I guess I say it wrong. I don't know. I just do me. I had a feeling y'all would start coming though, because that's all I hear. Yes, Carolyn, I saw that. That was so nice looking. Your pull slab looks amazing. I believe this weekend we're supposed to get up into the 90s. So I'm like, whew, I'll be wanting one of those soon. Okay. I'm just doing a couple of these polka dots, and then what we'll do is shake them off. By the way, hello, Teresa. You called me on my southern. I forgot to say hello. Nobody's gonna know where I'm from, because I started to sound more Midwest Chicago and had still my little Utah flair accent kind of going on. So I'm sure people are like, who, what are you doing, lady? So same thing with the Mod Podge, y'all. I am just doing the same type of way that I was telling you how to do when I was painting the gray, just kind of making those like nice little swirls. Shake that off. Oh, look how cute that is. Ooh, I love it. Carolyn, where are you at, sweetie? I forget where you are, where you live. Oh, I'm sure it was a ton of work. Okay, let's finish up these polka dots on this side. Oh, this is so cute, I can't stand it. I'm loving this one. Now this one could be a very beginner. The only thing that would maybe be intimidating for you guys would be the ombre. So what I would say is really tape it off if you were super scared of it. But really, I really don't think that it would be too hard of a problem if you just tape the sides, like how I did. All right, one more of these bad boys. And then I figured what we could do for next week when I show you the summer version is we could maybe do some leopard. I haven't shown you guys leopard print in a while. So what do y'all think? To do the frames leopard? Virginia. Yep. I love my glitter. This is from Lisa, you guys. I got it from her shop and I just love this one. I love that it kind of has the chunky mixed in with the fine and then the extra fine. I just love that. Isn't that cute? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, we will do some leopard and maybe like a sunset or something in the glasses. Like some purples, yellows, blues, something cute. Maybe some pink. We'll get it going. But I thought it would be cute to kind of have two variations, same thing. I gotcha, girl. My phone auto-corrects to that all the time, so I get you. So what I'm gonna do real quick, just because if you notice with the glitter, it sometimes hides our detail lines just a little bit. So I just take the embossing tool and just kind of lightly rub over where the glitter goes over those lines, and it kind of just makes it pop again. So if you can see right here, it kind of hid our little swishy. So all we're doing is just kind of coming back, bringing our swishy back. And a little bit on this one right here. Now this is something you don't have to do. It's just my OCD kind of popping through right here that I like it. Okay, so here it is that way. And let me flip the camera so you can see it this way. Sorry you guys, bad hair day today. Ain't that so cute? Woo woo. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a goofball today. It's been one of those days. You gotta laugh and have fun because otherwise you'd just cry for your day. But, woo woo, ain't that cute? I'm so excited. Okay, so next week we will do the summer theme sunglasses. So the template is already up for you guys. It will be the exact same for this one. So if you guys want to follow along, go ahead and do it. I will get this listed. I don't have the sunglasses listed, but I will get them listed for y'all so that if you wanted to buy a template from me, I could hopefully get it to you. The post office is being a little funny, but just FYI. Yes, laugh, right? I know. Need to laugh. Thank you guys. I'm so excited. This came out in my head today because I was going to do a little bit something different, and then I decided to do ombre glasses. And I'm so glad I did. Okay. Well, you guys have a wonderful week, and Lisa will be on tomorrow at 8 Eastern Standard Time with sublimation and everything. So I will see you all later, and you guys have a wonderful night. Bye.